Hi everyone, Stephen Lyons with Save Forsyth Farm. We have a lot of updates for you this morning. Number one, our group has been hard at work establishing our 501c3, and now we're proud to announce a couple of things. We have a GoFundMe campaign that is now live. You can contribute, and we just had a donor match, a donor step up and offer a $5,000 matching grant. So our legal fees are piling up, and we do need your help. If you can donate $25, $50, $100, it will go a long way to support our efforts. Now, here's why this legal challenge is important for you to know and understand. Article 1, Section 27 of the state's Constitution provides for individual protections for public safety, public health, aesthetic, historical, and cultural rights. And all of this flows from the 1966 National Historic Preservation Act. It's this understanding that the country has historic treasures, environmental treasures, which not only contribute to the health and well-being of citizens, but also real estate values as well. Chester County, being one of the oldest counties in the country, has a wealth of historic resources in the community. Unfortunately, West Goshen Township does not have any heritage sites aside from the Boeing Helicopter Museum. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of Airwolf and I love my choppers, but we really need something that points to the rich, enormous abolition, Underground Railroad, Quaker, and Black history just up the street from Save Forsyth Farm at Shiloh AME Church and Cemetery, which, by the way, includes 14 United States colored troops and upwards of 140 graves. There's a lot going on in our community, but within this 4-mile radius, history of national significance. The descendant of Bayard Rustin on the other side of the hill, about 2 miles away, ran a station on the Underground Railroad. Nathaniel Curry at Ellis Crossing. This is big history for us, friends, especially in the year of semi-quincentennial. We acknowledge, too, a couple of issues and challenges that the township is facing. Balancing the needs of development, affordable housing, public health and safety and enrichment, while also balancing the rights of the community to these issues, environment, historical, and otherwise. So that's why this unique property, which includes most of the property, is wetlands. And this is one of the questions that we have. According to the FEMA maps that date back to 2017, we want to know what is the accurate mapping of these wetlands. And that's important because any demolition equipment that comes in to demolish the 220-year-old farmhouse and barn will disturb the wetlands, as well as suspected species of bog turtle and red-bellied turtle, which are state and federally protected. These issues are important, folks, because we have to think critically about what land is suited for development, what land is not. This is a narrow 8.5 acre plot of land which is not suited for development. And so that's why we're encouraging a robust discussion between township, builder, and our group to find a way to create the first ever pocket park heritage site, which acknowledges the profound history intersecting these multiple areas. As I've said before, the historic Westtown School is just down the road, of which John Forsyth was the first schoolmaster. Generations of Forsyths contributed to the success of Westtown and went on to do extraordinary things. Isaac Forsyth, who grew up on the other Forsyth farm, which was torn down in the 60s for development, he served on the board of managers, of which William Still, the father of the Underground Railroad, was president. This is astounding history, friends, and we have to speak up, especially when there are specific sites that really do merit protection and proper stewardship. So Judge Veraway has issued a demolition order, and we're actively trying to become parties of interest. We also contest the idea that we don't have automatic standing already. most specifically the neighbors who surround this property, because by virtue of the fact that their properties are right up to Forsyth Farm, they're going to be affected by any demolition equipment, the asbestos remediation, black mold remediation. All of those particulates will get into the atmosphere and into the soil, and also the tributary which flows right along here. There are a lot of serious questions, and so that's why we've hired a lawyer, Chadwick Schnee, who's been doing an amazing job for us, and we want to become parties to this discussion. Carl Ewald, I will also give kudos to, because he suggested an opportunity for the judge to make a ruling on a partial demolition. Demolition of the barn, perhaps leave a footprint of the barn, preserve the exterior of the house. The interior is a mess after 23 years of neglect. We acknowledge that. It's a public safety concern, but the exterior of that home is absolutely strong. Unfortunately, we were not able to introduce consultants, engineering consultants, environmental consultants, historic preservation consultants, because of Judge Veraway's initial order giving us only 30 days to intervene. We feel strongly that that placed an unreasonable burden on our community to not only raise money within 30 days, but find a lawyer in our county who could represent us. Legal costs between $400 and $700 an hour in our community were prohibitive. I personally contacted over 50 lawyers. Not to mention costs for paralegals, administrative fees. So we are grateful for our lawyer, Chadwick Schnee, who showed tremendous courage in stepping up at the last minute to assist us. We have to stand up for how we develop and approach the protection of our natural and historic environments. I also want to just make two closing remarks in regards to open space. Open space is an issue that's extremely popular in our county, but where we sometimes miss the mark is the incorporation of historic assets and open space. West Goshen doesn't have that. We have one heritage site, the Helicopter Museum. We need something that proudly showcases this enormous abolition Underground Railroad education history. Thank you, Westtown School. Thank you, Shiloh African Methodist Episcopal Church up the street. Thank you, Bayard Rustin, meeting with civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to plan the Civil Rights March on Washington, whose anniversary is coming up next month. They met within this 4-mile radius. It is astounding history, friends, and we want you to become involved. We want you to step up and care about it. I know this is a long video, but this is important. Westtown Board of Supervisors this week voted to fire their Historic Commission. Historic commissions play a fundamental role in protecting your interests. This cannot stand. When this happens, you have to show up, and you have to understand that these volunteers devote thousands of hours because they care about our community and enriching the lives of our neighbors, for ourselves, and our future generations. So this is why these issues are important, friends. Please support our work of Save Forsyth Farm. Support your local historic commissions. If you can donate $25, $50, $100, we appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.